Hi, Sabrina. Thank you very much. I wanted to just clarify, you talked about the 500 active duty. Those are all Marines. Is that accurate? And do you know if they have gotten their orders, if they have started? Can you just give us a little precision on that? And then on the 10 helicopters that you talked about the other day, last I knew, the orders still had not been cut. Do you know if those orders had been cut and if they are actively moving on that yet? Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Lita, for the question. So, on both questions, we are actively preparing and standing by to support the state of California as they request that support. On the 500 personnel, you asked, I believe, if they were active duty, and the units that will be going, or the 500 personnel that would be going, all consist of active duty Marines from 1 Meth. And I think I gathered all your questions there. All right, coming into the room. Louis.
Is this an example of the department being proactive in placing units on standby? Because as you know, no taskings, no orders been gone out yet. So that doesn't indicate this LA or Cal Fire or the state has actually requested these assets aside from the California National Guard. So is that the best way to characterize this?
So part of this is, as the secretary, to borrow a phrase that the secretary uses, being in a 3-point stance so that we can surge capabilities and assets immediately into the state as the governor's office requests these capabilities. You've seen the president announce some of these, including the authorization of these 500 service members that can go and assist with a variety of capabilities into the state of California. But absolutely, it is a combination of being ready so that we can surge assets in, and then also working with FEMA, which will be the coordinator of all the federal response, and the state of California in meeting their needs. And I've certainly gotten this question of why aren't you rushing assets in right away? Why isn't the military putting all of their forces right now on the ground? We have to work with the state. So as the state requests resources, as the state of California requests, capabilities, we are standing by and ready to support, but we absolutely have to work with the state and the governor is going to know best on how to use our assets. So we're working with Cal Fire. We have a great partner in them.
And is there also an issue of having to train some of these troops in fire suppression since that's not a normal tasking?
Well, some of this, as I think you heard me mention at the top, especially with the Navy helicopters, we have a memorandum of agreement. So there is, yes, some training component that goes in and certification that CAL FIRE needs to do in order to allow these firefighting capabilities to be implemented in the state. So yes, there is a level of certification and training, but we're standing by ready to support. And as I mentioned earlier, you've already seen, or you're going to see, some of the MAFs being operational today, with some more coming in this weekend.